Good morning. Welcome to day 5 of the Aer Lingus Kite Surf Pro Ireland 2012. It's a bit of a gray morning this morning, Ben, and not a lot of wind out there. We're looking out at a glassy ocean, not much surf, so not too much going on in the way of conditions this morning.
Yeah, yesterday was a bit of a different picture. We were up and going super early, not to say that we weren't up and going super early today, but there was a bit more of a buzz in the air, possibility of getting that competition underway. We had already been, by this time yesterday morning, we'd already been set up for a few hours. The wind was starting to come up. We were under sunny skies. There was still some swell, and we were super optimistic to be able to get that last heat of men's round 1 underway. If you tuned in with us yesterday, you probably saw that we were on a holding pattern for most of the day, waiting for that wind to pick up and get that perfect condition where we had both wind and waves, and unfortunately they sort of crossed a little bit, and by the time it got windy enough to actually have contestable conditions for the wind, the swell just sort of dropped out, and that was it.
Exactly. As the tide sort of went out, it kind of just pulled all the swell out to sea with it, and then the wind ended up filling in. Some riders got out on the water. Really small surf that just continued to drop throughout the day. So contest directors, I think, made a really good call by calling it off. As soon as they called it off, the wind really dropped, and that was pretty much the end of it. So,
exactly, yeah. And we were actually standing outside of our little commentator booth and kind of humming and hawing and trying to talk with each other, even of saying, like, man, it's very, very close to being contestable. The waves, as we just talked about, weren't necessarily fantastic, but there was a set that came in inconsistently, but definitely 2 or 3 times maybe every 20 minutes there was some rideable waves. But as you said, if they were to have started the contest right then, within about 45 minutes everyone would have been walking up the beach, and the waves just completely dropped out. The wind was very inconsistent. So again, testament to the call by the head judge, contest director, getting together, making the right call yesterday.
Yeah, and it was an absolutely beautiful day yesterday. The sun was out and shining, and we took a little drive around and checked out some of the scenery on our way back down from the event venue up there.
Yeah, if you can see even behind us, we're at a different location as we. Sorry to interrupt you there, Sky, but as we were describing yesterday too, we're a mobile station here. Actually, everything's being done via satellite, so we can kind of set everything up wherever we happen to find wind and waves and great conditions. Today, we find ourselves in front of one of the hotels that have been so great for us at the Strand Hotel here, where a lot of our crew and riders are staying.
Yep,
and,
exactly.
Behind us.
Great gray skies out here behind us, as you can see. I think we're going to have some people going out for a little bit of a stand-up paddle later. I've heard something about maybe a round of golf with the riders, so maybe some other fun activities planned for today, but I'm guessing not going to be.
It wouldn't be Ireland if you weren't golfing, right?
That's true. It's not Scotland though. Anyway. I don't know much about golf, obviously. So we are going to take a little look at some of the scenery that can be had around here in Ireland, some of the stuff we checked out yesterday. And when we come back, we're going to have Christine Bose, I believe, standing by with some of our female competitors. So let's take a little look at some of this beautiful scenery we have around here in the west coast of Ireland.
Well, I am here with Kari Schieberwalk. Just had a little lesson in name spelling. Kari, you seem to have a great time here in Ireland. You've just been telling me, well, obviously everyone just saw those beautiful pictures of Ireland, how much you love the countryside here, but also how much that reminds you of home. Tell us a little bit about the beaches, the mountains that you have at home and here, and why you love it so much.
Yeah, here when I came to Ireland, everyone's like, yeah, it's the same as Norway. And I was thinking, no, it's not. But when I'm driving on the coast and I see the sand dunes, the mountains, everything, it's like just being home, just that I have to talk English to the people. It's just a difference. But I feel like home, also the conditions is changing. You never know what you're going to get. And also that it's waves from right side, left side, onshore. So you have to know what to do in all the conditions. So this is what I like. And I like it here because I love these beaches and the people, everything.
Well, that sounds like we might need to come to Norway at some point too. But yes, you were telling us last night also that the forecast here is very similar to the forecast at home. You can't really rely on it. So we have people at home looking at the forecasts, us looking at the forecast, obviously for the next 6 days of the holding period here. We know that locals are telling us you can't really forecast more than 3 hours, at the most 3 days. And this is an experience you also have from Norway. How do you deal with that? And you are saying you're very positive that it's still going to happen. Why?
Yeah, like you're looking at the forecast and you go crazy because it's nothing. But like in these countries, you never know what you will get. And you have to check when you're waking up how it looks like. Today it's like gray and normal. So today it's like a normal, nice day. We were too lucky the other days, but now I think the storm will come and also the storm will bring the waves. So for sure it will happen something because it's not normal to have like days like this with nothing. So it's just waiting to get stormy and wavy and so we can get some action.
Thank you very much, Kari. I love people that are positive, and I'm sure the people at home are also stoked to hear that. Yes, we are sure that we're going to run the women's first round coming up next after the men's heat 8. You are going to be up against, well, actually, Kirsty and me. What conditions are you hoping for, and what's your tactics?
I'm hoping for a strong wind and difficult like side onshore wind because I'm used to this from Norway, so for sure I want this. But whatever comes up, I just have to go full power and ride what I have.
Sounds good. Well, good luck.
Yeah,
have fun out there. Thank you. And thanks so much. Have a great day here. A normal Irish day with a little bit of clouds. And she loves it. Thanks a lot. And well, see you out on the water.
Well, we just heard from Kari Schieberwalk, one of our female riders here. Again, it's looking like it's going to be a lay day here. We have just gotten official word from the riders meeting, obviously, as we have a couple of riders with us doing some interviews saying that an official lay day has been called for today. As they talked about more of a typical traditional Irish day. A little bit overcast skies, but actually warmer than I thought it was going to be waking up this morning. We've been running around in jackets the last couple of days, and we're out just with sweatshirts and long sleeve shirts today, so a little bit of insulation going on, but that also means that there's not a lot of air movement and not a lot of swell, so kind of stuck in the middle of some doldrums here.
Yeah, some doldrums out there for sure, so no surprises there that the contest directors have called a lay day here for day 5 of the Aer Lingus Kite Surf Pro. So I'm sure we'll keep ourselves busy anyway. We're going to go play some golf, I think, later, have a little stand-up paddle, as we said earlier. And just a little bit different story than what we saw on day 3 just 2 days ago. Some great action, got 7 men's heats and completed in round one, and that was a great day of
Yeah,
competition.
again, as you said, a great contrast because the weather that we saw that day, we're told, is not super traditional for this time of year in Ireland. However, for 3 straight days, basically, we had pretty good conditions, pretty sunny weather, and as you said, Sky, and we talked about earlier, yesterday it was really close to being able to be contestable, but that day 3 saw us get this event underway with some pretty good action, and I know if any of you were tuning in, and hopefully you were, or anyone who's seen sort of the photos that have come out of that day, it doesn't look like we're off of the western rugged coast of Ireland. It looks like we're somewhere else that perhaps, minus the wetsuits, looks a lot more tropical with the color of the water and the blue skies in the background.
Yeah, that afternoon, just beautiful sunshine just coming through the faces of those waves, and just beautiful like emerald green water, and just not what you would normally expect from Ireland. Normally when I think of Ireland, I think of gray, cold, rainy, crazy weather, but that was definitely a beautiful day. Saw some great action. Obviously the Brazilians were on an absolute charge. We had 4 Brazilians all winning their heats that day, and those guys absolutely on fire going into the later rounds.
Yeah, exactly. So let's check out some of the action from day 3.
Right now we're on the west coast of Ireland, and we've been driving around looking at a few spots, and we came to this place in the middle of a pasture filled with sheep and some nice waves coming in, and hopefully the wind picks up and we'll get some contests going.
Ireland gets just some of the best waves in the world. It gets really good Atlantic swell comes in, really good waves, really strong westerly winds usually, which is really good.
You can get amazing conditions here, and like the thing about it is it doesn't stop. All year round we get conditions. It's not just winter, it's not just summer, it's constantly. You got to be Johnny on the spot, and you got to know what's going on, and you got to be able to move with the conditions and get in the right spot for the day,
I think it works well for Ireland because our weather is so changeable. It's being able to have it mobile and being able to move, it really creates a better atmosphere, and obviously you get the better conditions on the day.
Yes, and that was some great action we saw here on day 3 from the male competition, male first round. we still haven't seen any female competition out on the water yet, which is why we brought two girls, two of the female competitors to you this morning. Kirsty Jones with me here now. Kirsty, I'm sure you can't wait to finally hit the water. Are you looking forward to it?
Yes, for sure. I'm really looking forward to it. We've managed to have some sessions on the water before the wind dropped, so it's great, and I'm really hopeful that the conditions are going to come back later on in the week.
Yes, and I'm sure you really feel very much at home here. You have a great setup. You get this beautiful car supplied from Hertz. Obviously, the people here have welcomed us very much. You are telling me this is very similar to your conditions at home too. Do you feel at home? Has everyone made you feel at home here?
Yeah, I mean, I used to live in Ireland, actually, down south from here, and I'm from Wales, just across the water. So I do feel very at home here, and everyone has heard about the wonderful welcome you receive in Ireland, and that's definitely what we've been getting. And just the support from Hertz, from Aer Lingus, from Pure Magic, from everyone is just fantastic. And I think everyone is blown away by the welcome that we've had here. It's just great.
It's actually great to hear. In our heat winners interviews in the male competition 2 days ago, we had obviously 4 Brazilian riders, because the Brazilians have been doing so great. They were all telling us about the difference. Obviously, it's a lot colder here than in their home country. Now you and Kari both coming from rather cold climates. You know, I think it's kind of often a downfall to people to travel to places like this, if it's Wales, if it's Norway, if it's Ireland. But then you get those great conditions here, great waves and great wind. What do you have to tell people that haven't been to Ireland yet?
I just think the water temperature and even the air temperature is amazing here, because it really makes you feel alive. Like when you first go in the sea, you're like, wow, yeah, this is great, you know, it kind of like a big washing your face with cold water, and it's just amazing. I love the feeling, but I have to say, we all came from Mauritius, you know, to come here, so it was a bit of a shock for all of us. But, you know, within a couple of days, everyone's actually coming off the water feeling too hot in their wetsuits, you know. Yeah. So I even didn't wear wetsuit boots yesterday. It was so warm and sunny.
So it is beautiful here, people. It is really worth coming over here, even though it's a little colder. You hear it from Kirsty, it makes you feel alive, and I can only agree to that. Thanks a lot, Kirsty, and good luck for your first round heats and the rest of the competition, obviously. Hopefully we are going to be on soon with the girls on the water. And, well, have a great day for now.
Thanks.
All right, thanks a lot, Christine, for that interview there with Kirsty Jones from Wales. Well, we saw that action clip there earlier, and those Brazilians on an absolute rampage on day 3 there in men's round 1. We had 4 Brazilians winning their heats coming through the first round. We had Felipe Ferreira, Sebastian Ribeiro, Pedro Henrique, and Guilherme Brandão. Those guys all absolutely on fire, blowing up on that first day.
Exactly, and as we heard in some of the interviews that we had with them, and hopefully you're able to tune in live that day and hear sort of their reactions coming out of the water. If not, please go check out the heat recaps and the heats on demand. You can go and watch that whole day. Totally worth it if you haven't seen it yet. And as you're saying, Sky, the Brazilians just on a tear, and Guilherme Brandão, again, we had in an interview saying conditions not quite so dissimilar from what they have at their local beaches where they live in Brazil. Of course, Brazil, a huge country, lots of coastline, tons of waves breaking, world renowned for pumping out surf star after surf star, kiteboard star after kiteboard star, and that combination has culminated in the 4 guys that won their heats. There's more than 4 Brazilians obviously on tour, but we had 4 heat winners that first day.
And interestingly enough, 3 of them riding on their backhand, all regular footers, and then of course Pedro Henrique riding on his forehand, a goofy footer. And Pedro, that's a really interesting guy. He just came from the trials in Peniche at the Rip Curl Pro over there. Pedro's been a competitive surfer for a number of years, and he's been a top 44 WCT ASP surf competitor, now crossing over into the kite surfing world. Great to see him. He had had a little bit of bad luck in Mauritius. Didn't get as far through the competition as I'm sure we were all expecting he would. But he's looking to definitely climb back up in the ratings here at this event, and coming out with that first heat win, that's going to for sure be a real confidence boost for
directly
him.
into round 4. Again, it allows those heat winners to skip rounds 2 and 3, kind of concentrate directly on the later rounds, and relegating the second place and third place to the knockout round in rounds 2 and 3. And again, the way the format works is that first round does have 3 riders per heat. And it's second chance round. Nobody goes home after that first round. Again, the heat winners go directly into round 4. Second and third place are then redistributed through into the knockout rounds in round 2 and 3 before they'll end up. They go ahead and compete in 2 more rounds before they end up meeting the heat winners from round 1.
Yep, so 2 chances to lose all the way up to the quarters. From then on, it becomes a knockout round, and it's do or die. Another standout of round 1, of course, no surprise there, Mitu Montero from Cabo Verde came out absolutely firing, and had, I believe, the biggest heat score until Gili Brandel came and outdid him by just a few points. But yeah, Mitu, just looking to do some damage here. He was also had a little bit of bad luck in Mauritius, was out pretty early on in the competition. I think he ended up 7th or 9th there in Mauritius, so he'll definitely be looking to improve his situation here at this event. I believe he came out with a 15.6 heat score total in that first men's round 1.
Yeah, he was coming out of heat 2. He was the heat before that Brazilian rampage, run through heats through 3 through 6. And coming out of the first heat, a bit of a rematch of the semifinal in Mauritius, which we were touching on a bit earlier. Between Luke McGilloway, Patrick McLaughlin, and one of our local riders, Ryan Coote. Again, couldn't be overlooked. Was actually finished second place in that heat, taking down along with Luke McGilloway the current World Tour and points leader in Patrick McLaughlin. So strong performance by the local riders here, especially Ryan Coote in that first heat. But Luke McGilloway taking the victory. And moving directly into round 4.
Yeah, for sure. And the other heat winner was in heat number 7 of men's round 1, the French rider Etienne Lot. He's I know he's been to Ireland here a bunch of times before. He was here a few days before the event, warming up, got some great sessions, and looks like he's really comfortable in this cold water.
Yeah, he did. And that was a hotly contested heat actually, and he needed the last wave of that heat in the last couple of seconds, that heat score dropping, in order to overtake Abel for the victory in that one. I think winning overall by about 0.2 points.
Yep.
Again, snatching victory out of the jaws of defeat and going straight directly into round 4.
Exactly. So if you're just joining us here for the morning show, day 5 of the Aer Lingus Kite Surf Pro 2012 Ireland. Official lay day has been called for today. Glassy ocean out there behind us, as you can probably see there, and gray overcast skies. Looks like maybe a little bit of sunshine poking through. We are going to keep ourselves busy with perhaps a round of golf or some stand-up paddleboarding, and just enjoy the sights around this beautiful countryside here in Western Ireland.
Absolutely, and we'd love to thank some of our sponsors. Obviously, Aer Lingus, our title sponsor, Hertz Rent-A-Cars, Pure Magic Lodge. We were there last night, playing some music, having some fun. I know that they've done a fantastic job organizing and hosting us here. Ion Essentials, again, keeping us warm and comfortable, and both on and off the water here at this event and at other events as well.
Absolutely. We'd also like to thank the Southwest Mayo County, which is the region where we are right now here in Western Ireland. An absolutely beautiful, stunning, gorgeous coastline here. If you've never been, come and check it out. It's only about a 3-hour drive from Dublin, and you can make it out here and enjoy the beautiful scenery that this place has to offer. So huge thanks to the County of Mayo for welcoming us here. We've had a great time so far, and I can't wait to and I really look forward to the next few days and see what the conditions bring.
And that brings us to another set that we want to thank, and that's our organizers here with Freeride Ireland, Kieran and Owen, who you've seen on an interview once or twice so far in this event. Love to thank those guys. They've done a fantastic job, along with, as you said, the Mayo County, and that going along with it, the tourism board here on Achill Island, been fantastic with welcoming us with open arms here. Absolutely. To share their beautiful country.
Yeah, it's been a great time so far. This is only day 5 of our 10-day holding period, so we've still got some time left to wrap this thing up, and I'm sure we'll be looking at improving conditions throughout the week. Obviously today, not much surf at all on offer out there, but we'll be looking at the long-term forecast models for the next few days and hopefully getting this thing underway as soon as possible and as soon as conditions allow.
And one of our event organizers actually just walked by a couple of minutes ago saying that the forecast has started to look a bit better for the next few days than it did yesterday. There's still, again, as we've spoken about many times, the forecast changes quite a bit on the hour almost, so there's updates that we have all day long. Riders meetings are actually happening in the morning and the evening. Because it's so the conditions are so changeable, the forecast is so changeable that the 24-hour window of updates is too long. We need a shorter window of that to keep everybody updated. So we're really on about a 12-hour update riders meeting schedule. However, throughout the day, all of our contest organizers, head judge, and are being updated throughout the day with possible, probable, and current conditions, so we can try to plan on either later than the day, try to figure out where it is that we want to go for tomorrow, and hopefully, as you said, Sky, and as our contest organizer said, conditions looking to improve in the next few days. And when they do, coming up will be a great heat. We'll finish up men's round 1 with the last heat, heat number 8. We'll then have completed round 1, and we'll know who's going up against 2 in rounds 2, 3, and who has made it through all the way to round 4, coming up in that heat number 8.
Exactly.
Defending world champion Ayrton Cozzolino coming up against Kyahe Del Boides. It's going to be that's going to be a hot one, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And the other guy in the mix there, of course, is Mark Berry, the local wild card. So he'll be using his hometown knowledge coming up against those guys. And he's going to have his work cut out for him, though. Those guys are red hot, obviously. So, and I know the ladies can't wait to get on the water, get ladies round 1 underway shortly thereafter. So we're just waiting for conditions to improve here throughout the week. Hopefully we'll be looking at building swell and wind as our forecast models are indicating. So official lay day here. I think we're going to step away and call it a day for now. So we will see you back here bright and early tomorrow at the crack of 10 here on KSPWorldTour.com. For now, I'm Sky Solbach.
Ben Meyer, have a great day, everyone.
We'll see you tomorrow.